Hey guys, thank you so much for supporting our podcast by listening. If you'd like to support and make sure that we keep on making episodes, head over to our Patreon.
And that's a threat because can you close this up? We have bonus weekly episodes. We're doing watch-alongs with Queer Folks and other TV shows that we all love. And you get early access to the Monday episode every single Friday, plus access to our Discord where everybody chats and shows pictures of their cock.
It's becoming a real community.
We are creating a universe.
No, and you guys are a part of it. Head over to patreon.com/someofthisisobad. You guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Now enjoy the show, you fucking pigs.
Also, Dylan, don't you say you can suck the skin off someone's dick? Like, that sounds like a pretty good hook.
Yeah,
Wait,
I guess.
I've never
said that, Jimmy. I've never said I sucked the skin off somebody's dick. Hey, is that what you hear when I talk?
Jesus Christ, the rewrite going out of your
I
brain
know,
is
that's crazy.
Suck the skin?
Oh, I sucked the
never even
skin off
heard
his
that.
cock. Just
Why
nerve
would
endings.
somebody want that?
That's nuts, Jimmy.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horror.
No.
I do want to just clarify that there is a possible. I'm going to probably get a phone call
From who?
that I will have to answer
Who?
from the mechanic
Why will you have to answer that?
because they will be letting me know if. So I have two options at the moment. So I just got my water pump fixed, $1,200, and then my oil light came on, and it's kind of been coming on and off for a while. And I was like, you know what? It just makes me nervous. I'm going to get it looked at. And the guy was like, call me today. He goes, there's two options. It's either the sensor and it's going to be like $300. And I was like, okay. He goes, or it's your fuel pump system. And let's hope it's not that.
Wait. When you're talking to him on the phone,
I went down there.
How much
too.
is it to replace the fuel pump system?
what voice do you give him when you talk to him?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, so ring, ring, ring. Hey, it's
Typical
going to be
cost
either your fuel
is
pump or your sensor.
$900.
Maybe it cost $900, but
Plus 600 in labor.
Typical cost for fuel pump replacement is around $900. It says, it's depending on your vehicle age and I thought it said religion. Region.
Well, so I'm hoping for the best right now because I just spent $1,200 on my car, and so to like get it fixed, and so now this, I'm like, he was like, it might be like $1,900 for the fuel pump, but so here's the good news.
I want to get rid of my car so bad.
Okay, wait, can I just finish my thing?
Is it going to end soon?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Colton's car is so much nicer than Dylan's
Colton's car is brand new that his husband bought
so
him, by the
much
way.
nicer.
Colton didn't even pick out his car. His husband went to the dealership and got it for him. So let me just finish my car that
That
I
seems
have.
like a bad thing. I would want to be able to pick out.
Colton
my
doesn't
car.
like to make decisions like that. He just wants to do
No,
I
it.
know. I wanted a Jetta. He got me a Jetta. He got the newest Jetta.
Hot girls drive Jettas. Okay. Let me just quickly say this. And so then they're going
It's
to call.
never broken down.
Yeah, because it's new. It's new. I drive a 2003 Ford Escape.
Oh, that's sad.
They're reliable. I've had it for 3 years, but
They're reliable. I've had it for 3 years.
yeah. I mean, for 2003.
I don't know.
Anyways, and I bought it from somebody whose dad has an Oscar. So eat that, shithead. Okay, but so basically they were like, we'll call you if it's the
Wait, the dad has an Oscar and he hasn't hooked us up at all?
well, he lives in Oregon.
He
He doesn't
Does
have
he
an
do-
Oscar from acting. He did it for Pet Sematary. He was set designer. I knew it was his
Oh, a
stepdad
set designer.
for Pet Sematary.
I didn't realize they got Grammys for that.
Yeah. Did I say Grammy? I said Oscars.
I don't know the difference.
Oh, yeah. So Grammys, music, Oscars, movies.
Okay.
Regardless, they said they were going to call me and let me know which one. He goes, I'll call you if the fuel pump is bad. He goes, if not, and it's the sensor, we'll just do it. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah. And I drove by it and my car was like up. And I'm like, I feel like the test for the fuel pump wouldn't be done with the car all the way raised up.
How would they get to it?
Hey, if they call, just know that it's the fuel pump.
Yeah, you're not picking
You
it
don't
up
need
today.
to pick it up.
Well, no, but if they call, I can pick it up because it will just be the sensor. And they were like, if it's the sensor, we'll have it done by the end of the day. And they close in like an hour.
So then you're not going to be able to make it there anyway. We're shooting this and a Patreon.
Oh. Well, I still need to pick it up.
Tomorrow.
Oh, no. Hopefully they're open tomorrow.
Fuck. Yeah, shit. Oh, fuck. Thanksgiving's not tomorrow.
Thanksgiving's
true.
on Thursday.
That's true. I still have to grab those chairs from here, though.
I don't know how you're going to do that without a car.
I have a car.
Oh, yeah. Can you grab chairs?
Mhm.
Okay. 14. Thank you.
14 apiece?
Yeah.
Huh.
You already said yes to it.
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care about. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking. So this is our 100th episode.
oh yeah, this is our 100th episode. Things are going really well for us.
Yeah. 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 So by now we thought Dylan may have had surgery and a new car.
Not the case.
It hasn't panned out the way we thought it would. That's okay.
That's so
Dylan
funny.
still hasn't had a boyfriend.
I still.
I've been sober,
2 years
not
later, I
sober.
still have all the loose skin. I don't have a boyfriend, and my car is broken down. Colton, how are you?
I've been
Your
sober,
marriage is in
not
shambles.
No, marriage has never been better, but I am sober again. How many times have I relapsed during this 100 episodes? Three main times.
Yeah,
One's kratom.
Yeah, but one was like a year long, right?
Yeah.
So that's one.
Okay.
The kratom is another
Yeah.
one. And that's it. Only 2 times.
Only 2 times. Colton handed me a microdose of mushrooms before we started today.
Today?
That's-
You both on mushrooms?
Yeah.
Well, I
I'm on
just
a
took it,
little
so
bit-
mine hasn't
I'm
hit
probably
yet.
on a little bit more than him, but that's not okay.
Well, okay, listen.
And also, my car broke down. Jimmy, don't judge me for
Jimmy,
doing
So
mushrooms.
how do you guys
Jimmy.
feel 2 years into the podcast? How do you feel? This has already gone longer than I imagine like 90% of podcasts do.
Yeah, because we're winners and people like us.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Do you feel different? Did you know?
You know, I feel incredible.
It's like we're at the level, and I appreciate everybody's support. This is actually, that's the craziest thing. We started this because we started being like, what if we could like post 1 time extra a week on podcasts, like on our social? And now it's become something completely different. I thought we started this because we were having fun. And I mean, I didn't start out that way. I started out with threats and kind of,
Yeah,
you
Colton
know,
was like immediately crazy in the beginning.
I was on Kratom, I think. Did I start on Kratom?
No, you did not start on Kratom. I mean, if people don't know this, like, I mean, like, me and Colton, we barely knew each other before we started a podcast. And it was before we had a studio. We did not have a studio. We were like doing it at like my old apartment. We used to.
We did it at the Suck Shack.
We've done it at the Suck Shack. We did it in the green room. And then we did it in this room for like a year where there was literally like, if you any old photos or videos you're seeing like 3 of us on the couch, just know that the rest of this room was filled with just like piles of garbage. You remember that?
But it was even before that. This room didn't even exist because it was that long hallway.
Oh yeah. You know, it's absolutely insane. And then we had my old friend Trevor, I guess. I mean, Trevor was our producer, and then
Matt Boyd did it for a little bit.
yeah, Colton.
We've been through many
have
producers.
been through
I've gotten much better at working in a group.
Yeah,
right?
Colton was hostile, to say the least. I mean, I also want to say, like, when we first started this, when we released our first episode ever, I would say about the next day, we had like 500 listens to the first episode. And Colton called me. And he said, I am humiliated. And I was, by the way, I have at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say 800 followers on Instagram. Colton has at this point 5,000, 6,000. He's like, this is humiliating. This should have hit at least 10,000 listens. I go, who are these 10,000 people listening? No one knows us.
Yeah, and it was good because those first episodes were really bumpy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've come a long way. I mean, this is our 100th episode we've released, but I mean, it's probably up to 200.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of Lost Boys.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Lost Boys, and then also like Lost Boys we wouldn't even be able to share with you guys because one, we like lost the tapes immediately. There were times where it was like just Colton and I. We didn't even have a producer. Not happy. If you guys can hear that.
And you know, by 200th episode, this shit wouldn't be fucking happening.
Yeah.
Okay,
We didn't have a
Jimmy doesn't
producer.
think that's his problem.
I don't know how to soundproof the street.
I know we probably really should have soundproofed in here, but whatever. Behind this is like a
We-
garage door.
we-
Okay, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I don't do anything. And so we didn't have a producer for so much of it too. And like there was
Yeah.
a while where you were making the clips.
Yeah, and I was like, this is not okay. I was
Yeah.
very aggressive at the beginning, and you've really taught me a lot.
Thank you.
Have I taught you anything?
Yeah.
What do you think, kind of just off the top of your
Probably
head?
just to like do things.
Do it.
Yeah, be like, who cares? Just do it. It's my natural instinct is just to be like, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, you keep on going like, it's going to happen eventually. Somebody else will do it for us, and then it'll happen.
But that kind of did happen.
Sometimes, but I would say I went out of my way to get Jimmy.
Boom, manifested.
I think you manifest
I
out
manifest
loud
and
near
then-
me.
Yeah.
I go, oh, I guess I have to go do that. And then I get it done.
And I go, boom, manifested.
Manifested.
Magic is everywhere.
I guess I'm the man in manifest.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I feel like things have gotten a lot easier since we got our clip guy and since we got Jimmy. Especially Jimmy, he does so much for us. And just a little appreciation for Jimmy, although the
Thank
boys
you.
are being feral to you and your blonde
No,
beard.
they're self-describing as feral.
Yeah, they are. They're animals for Jimmy right now.
Yeah, they like the beard, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because today I was at work and someone goes, "Who here is 28?" And I said, "I'm 28." And they're like, "Wow, I thought you were much, much older." And I was like, "No, I just look bad for my age, I guess."
No, I don't think you do. I think you just come across like you have your shit together.
And that doesn't seem like a 28-year-old thing to do.
I don't know. Not these. I don't know. When I was like 21, I was like 30 is the oldest thing I can
That's how
possibly think
I
of.
feel like 30 is old.
Yeah, but you can't even run for president when you're 30.
Really?
I think
35?
it's 36. 35 maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
An old friend texted me today, just while we were talking about politics, and they said,
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
politics.
well, is the president not politics?
Point taken.
And she sent me a picture of a calendar and it said Pearl Harbor Day, and she said, "I'll never not think about you when I think about Pearl Harbor." 'Cause remember we talked about Pearl Harbor, and I thought it was the Boston Tea Party.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of the old clips, old episodes, because I'm making clips for the YouTube now.
Yeah, what do you think? Funny, right?
Yes, very funny. But it's funny to see how like the relationships have changed. Like before, I think you guys were a lot more like still getting to know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like there would be
Make
like
no mistake, Colton and I have hung out more on this podcast than we have outside of this podcast.
This was hours and hours a week, which
Yeah,
is more than
I
most
know.
friends.
100%.
yeah. But there would be times that guests would come on and it's like, oh, they're not even asking the guest anything. They're just trying to learn more about each other.
Oh, there was a good while where like a lot of the interviews was like someone else sitting here as Colton and I talked to each other.
And it was
Yeah.
actually annoying when they were in the middle of us. And we're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, you're kind of ruining this for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, I also liked it when Dylan would say, just so you know, we don't do any research on our guests. And then you two would both laugh and the guest would not laugh.
Do they want that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like we either like you almost know nothing about anybody who comes in,
Yeah.
and then I either also know nothing a little bit or know every single thing they've ever done, and then I freak them out while they're on the podcast.
Yeah.
I did that recently. I got to hang out with Esther when I was featuring for her, and for a second I was like, I listen to Trash Tuesday, I know everything, and then she just started giving me like all the drama behind her podcast,
And she
we were-
said, don't tell anybody. But I guess
I know
it's the 100th episode.
we can't tell. No, I can't tell her what Esther told me, but it was juicy. It was so good. But she was like, "Wow, you really know like everything about me." She was like, "What do you guys think about Tony Hinchcliffe?" And I go, "Your ex-boyfriend."
Did they used to date?
Yeah, they dated for like a year.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, she goes, "I dated him when he was a Starbucks barista and was homeless, basically."
Wow.
Huh.
But Esther loves losers.
Oh.
Yeah, we were gonna try to get on the podcast, but it didn't work out. But yeah, who was your
Interesting. Yeah,
favorite guest we've ever had?
I'll pull up some of the questions.
Oh yeah,
No, wait. I thought we
screenshotted
were going to
them
do
all.
that for the Patreon.
Oh, are we doing all the answers for the Patreon? I like that better.
You know what? It was the Patreon people who asked us the question, so I
Yeah.
do think it's the Patreon people who deserve the answers.
Okay,
Yes.
well then why don't we tell the main feed what's happening?
All right. Go ahead. Do that.
We asked a bunch of questions, or we asked the Patreon listeners to give us questions for the 100th episode. They all responded, and we plan on answering all of them, such as who's our favorite guest, and a bunch of other really fun ones.
I
on
also have
Patreon.
some really juicy stories for the Patreon.
Oh, okay.
Big.
I had a
deal.
big surprise that I was going to do that you two were going to be pissed off about.
What was it gonna be?
I was going to wear a vibrating butt plug and then hand you the vibrator
Oh,
or
God.
you the remote.
I wouldn't
And then you ask us questions, and every time he got one wrong, he had to turn it on. But then I called Chip, and he was like, "No, that's mine. I own the remote." And I was like, oh, "Okay, sorry, I didn't realize."
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Where's Chip?
Minneapolis.
He's all the way in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
It
so,
works
like-
that far?
What?
He can do it from Minneapolis.
No, Chip
No,
just
no.
doesn't want any other man controlling the vibrating. in Colton's
Oh,
hole.
so it's in a box at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Got it.
probably keeps it
And
in
also,
his
like,
jewelry box or something.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. Keep your kink at home. No one wants your kink on this podcast. Am I wrong? Are you?
I don't want to press
Jimmy,
the
do you
No,
wanna
I didn't
press
think
the
you
button?
wanted to push your
Do you
button.
think I want to press the
No,
button?
that's why you got that. You get the question wrong. You have to fucking push that thing.
I'm not doing.
It's-
And then what? Have you be like? I'm
No
not-
one would be happy about you getting the answer wrong.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Colton. That is like an absolute. When you said a fun surprise, like, oh, this will be fun. No one wants to make your hole vibrate.
Imagine the rest of the podcast. We're having a conversation. We just hear in the background.
Oh my god.
No, Chip said you can't hear it.
Okay, can you hear it?
Yeah, to me it feels like wow, 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 wow. It sounds like a fucking like wave runner, and he's like, no, I can't hear it. I'm like, all right. Anywho, that wasn't my fun surprise.
Okay. Do you have another surprise?
Well, I was gonna call my sister because she has Chip,
Your sister who is mental.
right, and I
No
also was
more
gonna call
mental
Chip.
than the other Dowlings, though.
No, I mean we called her the other day because I was talking about how in America we have, and I'm sorry to bring this up because your wife is pregnant, but like the highest level of like mortality death rate for pregnant
No,
women.
mortality.
Whatever.
What word did you say? Morality.
Morality. Did I
Yeah.
say morality?
Yeah.
We didn't go to college.
Yeah.
and
Well, now
so-
that we fixed the abortion stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, that women die so much higher percentage.
funny.
than
Thank you.
In our developed world, we have the highest.
No, it's terrible. You're right.
women
I
die
agree.
of giving birth every day in this country, and we were talking about it, and so we called Britney,
My
Colton's
sister.
sister, and she goes, "Well, it's probably from all the seed oils." We're like, "It's okay. Well, it's definitely not that, Britney."
Yeah, but I mean,
And then she goes, "We don't want to say racism."
she goes, "Fine, I said it, racism."
Yeah, we were like, "Okay, not helpful at all."
But then we called my brother. He did say hypertension was one of the big reasons.
And I said, "Do you think it's also because we're a little too quick to C-sections?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Okay, well, we have to go."
yeah. So I also thought
I think you're right.
I agree.
Cutting someone open is crazy.
Doctors don't like to admit that it's C-sections, but I think it is.
And epidurals.
And epidurals. No, wait, now you're being crazy.
I don't
no,
know.
you're being
I don't know.
crazy.
And
I think if you want an epidural, you should get it. But like, I don't know. It's
I've
a
had
lot of
several
drugs.
epidurals, and I definitely recommend them.
I had one.
Sick.
I have had one, but it was not sick.
What did you have it? Oh
Well, I
yeah,
had
when you were just-
meningitis.
Yeah.
And then I was at that hospital, that vintage hospital that said that I had to move hospitals because I was when I was over 400 pounds, and they said they couldn't have me at the hospital because if I sat in the toilet, it would break off the wall.
He hasn't
Yeah.
told that story since the beginning of the podcast.
He's feeling good about himself.
yeah.
Not really.
When I got chest surgery, they fed a bar through my chest and popped it open. And my dad told me right before I went under that they were going to test to see if the epidural worked by rubbing my nipples. So apparently they woke me up, and I was like, "Don't worry, doc. It's working."
Yeah, that fits. That
That's
makes
very
sense.
ill.
It's very my dad. My dad told me that. He put it in my brain. I also thought it'd be fun if Chip got the chance to correct anything that maybe.
Oh yeah, that would be
Get Chip
fun.
on the phone.
Yeah.
Wait, can we quickly
on,
just
I'm
go over
getting
who
a
our
Red Bull.
favorite
Hold
guests are? Oh, we forgot Jimmy's Red Bull.
Yeah, I'll take a Rambler.
I'll take a Rambler. Thanks, Jimmy.
Hey Chip,
I don't
you're
even
on the
want one.
podcast.
You didn't even listen to me when I saw it.
Right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Chip.
Oh, nice.
We just thought it'd be a good opportunity for our 100th episode for you to really like say your piece, because I've only got the opportunity to say my piece, but maybe you had something you want to correct the record with, or
Oh, about what?
Anything.
Is there something in particular you want to set the record straight on?
not that I mean I have maybe
What
one.
does Dylan want to know?
I want to know what you've heard on the podcast that you thought made you upset, mad, or you were like, "That's untrue."
Oh, that Colton calls Tony my boyfriend?
I was thinking that might be the one that you were thinking of. I just didn't want to, put it out there.
Chip, if it makes you
Yeah,
feel any
no,
better,
For sure. Considering Tony's just my friend, it's really funny that Colton thinks that's my boyfriend.
Well, yeah.
oh yeah, are you guys still friends?
Yes, we go to the gym once a week together.
I love that. Can I also just say, and not to be disrespectful to your marriage, but ever since I saw the picture of Tony and heard his voice, I am Team Tony.
Tony's a nice guy. I wish Colton would agree to meet him.
You wouldn't even agree to meet him?
No, I'm not gonna meet him ever.
Why? What if he could be your third?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm voting Tony for third.
No. He can't. He's not a part of the team. No. If I had, sorry, but you're out.
Finally, Colton has a little competition.
It probably would be good for me, honestly, but no, I'm never gonna meet Tony.
What about anything else, Chip?
Is there anything else?
No, Dylan, I just want you to bully Colton into meeting Tony.
Well, I'm not going to get involved in your marriage. Well, listen, I've said my piece, but I can't do any more than that, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. Tony's a really good guy. I'll never meet him. Ever. Yeah. Okay.
If Tony had a
Funny
sense of
segue,
humor, he would
guys.
start
Funny
doing
segue.
stand-up.
Well, I didn't know. I feel like there's been other times where you were like, yo, I saw the podcast. You need to stop that. I feel like we've gotten in several fights, which is why I told you to stop listening to the podcast.
Yeah, I kind of swept all those things under the rug, so I forgot about them. Sorry.
Hey,
babe.
I forgive and forget too. Well, I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Chip.
Love y'all. Bye.
I just want to say that you go, I forgave and forget. And Chip's way of saying, he goes, well, I just swept it all under the rug. It's like, well, that's not healthy.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, he's like, don't
piling
say
up.
Tony, don't say
Say
Tony.
Tony.
And he's like, well, Tony.
Oh, yeah. You really, why won't you just meet Tony?
I'm not gonna meet Tony.
Why, though?
I've said it. I think I'd be more okay with it if Chip had plans to move back, but because there's no like plans to move back or there's no end in sight, I'm not okay with it.
Or
but
you could just
that's
get...
not the question I asked you. The question you said, that's your reason why they can't hook up.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, why can't you meet Tony?
Because I don't want to give it the time of day. Because then I'm validating it. I'm saying, when you're like, when you put a thing on it and you go like, now it's real.
Yeah.
I'm opening up the door to Satan.
What if you just charmed Tony and got him to move to Austin?
Do chiropractors have to get licensed in
Is
every
he a
state?
chiropractor?
Yeah.
That's so hot.
Just like in Queer as Folk.
I know it's
Yeah,
just like in Queer as
whoa.
Folk, which you guys, if you guys watch the Patreon, we're doing a rewatch. This is a very
Oh my
Patreon
God.
plug heavy punk.
You guys should be listening to the Patreon. It's crazy that you're not. If you're listening to this podcast every single week and you're not listening to the Patreon, I have a lot of respect for you, but not that much love for you. But I do. I have respect, but not love, and that's what it is. I only love the Patreon subscribers.
But the Patreon it's more concentrated. It's like better. I think it's better content.
people who listen to the Patreon say it's better content.
Yeah.
That's how I know for a fact. But
Well, I think
I
it's
have an
because we
idea.
don't have to hang out with. I mean, like a lot of the guests we like, but
hate.
they're strangers. We don't know them.
Yeah. Wait. Can I say something?
Is it about Tony?
Yeah. Okay. And can you? You're like really. Your body language is like you're scared. You're
truly-
scared. I have such a good
I'm
idea
not
though.
scared.
I have a
of
good
what
idea.
You're saying
No,
upset
Colton.
that Tony exists.
You're scared and you're
He's
obsessed.
such a good.
Look at, you're in the
there's
fetal
nothing to
position.
hate about him. There's nothing to hate about him. He's a good guy.
You're in the fetal position.
fucking
You're
hate-
not
I hate
okay.
him.
You're not okay.
I'm not okay.
Do you think that makes him worse to you because there's nothing to hate? Like if he was like,
If he was an obvious trash bag,
Yeah.
then no, Chip, you can go date him.
yeah. See,
By the way,
that's
this is what it
problem.
looks
It's
like.
toxic,
here's
but
the
I'm
thing.
like, I'm protective.
You're not protective. You're jealous. You normally don't have this type of competition because normally, let's be honest, like the people you and Chip have seen in the past, grade A losers are not that hot. And so what's hot is that he is
It's
a
not-
winner,
It's
and
not true. When he goes, I hooked up with this really hot guy, shows me a picture, I go, that's so good for you.
and you don't care. But when you see someone like Tony, who's actually, I mean, by the way, Tony, his ears must be ringing for how much we talk about him on this show. I mean, I don't even know the man, and I talk about him constantly. But here's what I want to say: I think that we should use the money from the Patreon to fly
Tony-
fly me out, and I'll go to the chiropractor as undercover,
Okay.
and
Undercover.
I'll know it. I'll get to
Dude,
know him, and I'll come
what's
back
your
with a full
you get to
undercover
report.
know him? You're going to sign up for a package?
Yeah.
What's your name? What's your undercover name?
I almost just used my webcam name.
You
what
could
would
use the webcam name at the doctor's office.
It's
What-
like Porter Carlino or something.
No, what are you talking about? No, it's a very funny play on my name. But you know what I've always wanted to be?
What's your middle name?
A Jason.
Jason?
Yeah, what if I was like, I'm Jason.
Jason what?
Jason Bourne.
Jason Welder.
He's like Smith.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, it's Jason Bourne.
Jason
Holy shit.
Jason
it's
Jason
Bourne.
Jason Ziegler.
Ziegler?
Sorry, Weidler.
Wedler.
Weidler.
Okay,
Weidler.
and where's the pain?
My neck.
Okay.
Because I can't stop sucking cock.
I feel like Dr. Tony wouldn't go for that.
Well, I'm not trying to hook up with him. I'm just trying to find. I'd be like, I'm gay. Are you gay?
Uh-huh. And then, you have a boyfriend?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you seeing anybody?
Oh my god, I love drama. Do you have a boyfriend? He's like,
Like,
what?
are you seeing anybody? Do you like
I
anybody?
go. By the way, I'm not single, so don't ask me. But I
Dylan
Yeah.
spent the whole time talking about his fake boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so if you what's your boyfriend's name? I like guys whose names are kind of like food, like Cookie or Cookie.
Cookie? I like guys.
My boyfriend's
like
name's like Cookie. What's your boyfriend's name? Chip?
Yeah, Chip used to go around. Chip like you eat, house like you live in.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so who's everybody's favorite guest we've ever had?
You keep on asking that, and we keep on saying we're gonna do that on the Patreon.
Yeah, we can't talk about that until the Patreon.
Oh,
And now
sorry.
it's another plug for the Patreon.
Well, guys, I'm sorry. Please don't scream at me. I just wanted to hang out with my friends.
Your brain's all fucked up there,
Your brain. Who are you calling?
Brittany.
Oh, thank God.
What do you want?
just calling. I have you ever met Jimmy?
Your Republican nutrition friend?
That's exactly right. Yeah. He's having a baby, and he wants to know, are C-sections a problem?
Colton, if you have to cut somebody open, they don't deserve to have a baby.
That's psychotic, Brittany. You don't know what you're talking about. Aren't you like a trainer?
Yeah, she's a trainer.
Yeah, why don't you worry about the muscles, honey? Okay.
How about you work out so you can push it out yourself?
Yeah. It's a fitness issue. Yeah.
Stay, or that baby's big as fuck.
Do you have any, Brittany? Do you have any tips for people who are overweight?
But I didn't hear.
Do you have any tips for people that are overweight?
Something.
That's a pretty good tip.
I mean, not really. Everybody knows about that.
Okay, what about people who are just like loose skin?
What do you mean?
I don't know about loose skin. That's a rough one. But I would say, I mean, if you're overweight, the first thing, and this is something that I had an issue with, that I didn't realize it, would be to get your carb count under 100 grams a day and stop eating seed oils.
Wait, Brittany? Are there seed oils in the muffins that you get from Trader Joe's?
I'm sure. I mean, there's seed oils I can't even eat at Chipotle anymore.
Wait, what about the pot stickers from Trader Joe's?
I don't know.
What about diet ice cream?
No,
No, wait, but it's good. What if it's only 200 calories, Brittany?
So in my Republican nutrition book, I was talking about like calories. Like, yes, to an extent, calories in, calories out, but you could have more calories if you weren't eating if you weren't eating all the stuff that's causing you to be inflamed, which is the big one is seed oils.
Hey, Brittany, would you consider Colton a scientist?
Hell no.
Me
Hell
either.
no.
Colton, why are you a scientist?
Data scientist?
Colton, you went to two boot camps.
Yeah. Do you know what computer vision means, bitch? You know what computer vision means, bitch? Do you have any tips or questions for Dylan's dating life, or do you think
Wait,
he
can I ask
sucks
a
too much
question?
dick?
Can I ask you a question, Brittany?
I guess my question doesn't
Are there
matter.
seed oils in guys' cum who have bad a diet?
Oh, can you get the seed oils from their cum if they're like really...
If they have a bad diet, I'm sure that their cum is less I don't want to say
nutritious?
That's
Ew.
disgusting.
Ew. He's licking his lips.
But I don't know if you would get, you're just, I don't know, guys. I'm not a scientist.
She admitted it. She admitted it on here on the podcast.
Shit.
I'm a muscle scientist. I'm sorry. I'm a people doctor.
I'm sorry. Not one of you guys have asked me about baseball today.
Baseball?
She works with baseball.
Oh, who?
What's your question?
Who does she work with? What team?
I mean, I've worked with almost all of them right now. I'm not with a specific team.
Have you worked
Free
with the
agent?
Red Sox?
White Sox. I have worked at the Red Sox.
Oh, do you know that actually when my sister was dying, the Red Sox came to her hospital bed?
Was she a
All
big
of them?
baseball fan?
Just a couple of them.
Did she like baseball?
That's
No, I think they just like do a couple of trips, say hi to the dying kids at the hospital, and then leave.
Brittany, who's the hottest person in baseball right now? Like sexiest, not good.
And do you get
best.
wet when they do those synchronized dances
Yeah,
that I see on
Brittany,
TikTok?
do you do the wet? Do you get wet? Yeah, sis. Hey, big sis, will you tell me when you get wet on TikTok?
I don't watch Chinese TikTok. Those algorithms are to make you stupid.
Okay.
Dylan's growing on TikTok, so he takes offense.
I have gained like 20,000 followers.
Okay, well, I'm not popular enough, so maybe that's why I'm not on it. Nobody wants to follow me.
Well, maybe it's the content you're posting.
Oh, yeah, no. It's like dog pictures. Pretty boring.
Dog pictures? Brittany, you gotta get into the reels.
Okay, Colton, I'm sorry. I don't know what TikTok... I haven't been on TikTok, so I don't know what it is.
Oh.
It's people dancing.
Yeah, it's the Chinese. You get it. You get it.
12-year-olds
Yeah.
dancing in the
What's up?
street.
Yeah, I get that. Do you have any secrets you want to tell about me before I let you go?
Oh yeah.
A secret? I don't know, Colton. I don't think you're a pretty open book. You tell people stuff they don't want to know.
That's true. And I am worried about whatever thing you might just pop in your head. So let's.
Well, I have one last question. Brittany, do you have friends, or are you mostly just friends with your siblings?
That my Colton is my best friend.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
I do have two. I have friends, guys.
I was like, "Fuck you, Dylan. I'm gonna get defensive for you, Brittany." Angela, huh? How about Kim?
Angela's
Huh?
my best
What?
friend. It's just like
Oh.
she lives in Reno.
Dylan has a theory that if you are friends with your siblings, you're sad.
No, I said that.
Dylan,
No.
You could just ask me if I was sad. I was
No. My theory is that if your best friends are your siblings, it's because nobody else likes you.
Colton, we got some thinking to do.
Yeah, no,
Little powwow going on.
Yeah, let's keep on calling it powwow, no matter what anybody says.
Hey, no, it's my powwow.
My powwow. That's
Hey,
great.
sorry, guys. My pal's calling me. I gotta go.
Bye,
All right,
Brittany.
love you, Britt.
Love you. Bye.
That was fun.
Is that you think that's true across the board?
Yeah, of course.
Is there a certain age where
Don't say yeah, of course. I'm sitting right next to you.
Well, we're good friends, but
Uh-huh.
I'm like your only friend.
What about me?
Yeah, Jimmy, of course. That's true, and Jimmy.
I don't know why you say that. It's probably because you don't ask any questions.
Chip is
I
his
was
friend.
thinking about
It's
that.
literally his husband. That's
No,
his friend.
I hate when people do that. Your husband or your partner is not your friend. They're a different category. They can't be your friend as well. If your partner is your best
That's
friend,
why
a
you're
loser.
alone.
If
No.
your partner's
Yes,
your
be-
best friend, you're a loser. You're
Oh my god,
crazy.
no, you guys are sick.
That's why they're your partner. You
My
chose to hang out with them the rest of your life. You want to like them.
Okay.
What
Is
do
that
you-
me drinking? What do
Wait,
you do?
do you think a partner is just like something you fuck and then go to dinner with?
No, I think that it's you. I don't know why people have to encapsulate it into everything. It's like, yeah, it's a whole other. It's not even on the same grid. Friendship is friendship, and partners are.
What's
partners.
something that a friend does? Because
helps you move out of your house when your boyfriend and you break up?
when your boyfriend and you break up. Well, I'm sure if she knew me, she would help me move out of an ex-girlfriend's house.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's do it with Tony because let's see if there is a difference, and it is a different
That's
category.
not friends.
What
That's
is
not
it?
a pure friendship
Why?
because they've had sex multiple times and there's feelings there.
So I am right.
You say
Yeah.
you can't
Wait,
be a
wait.
friend.
So he has two people in the category of partner.
No, I think because him and Tony are lying to themselves, and you're
That's my
accepting
problem
that.
too.
Yeah.
is I kept to be like, oh my god. I mean, you're lying to yourself
If I,
It is
listen,
hard
But do you
to
think
I'm
he's
not gonna
lying to himself?
or to me.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
You have to go. You have to go to the gym once a week.
I know. Thank you. That's exactly what I said.
Honey, I'll tell you this right now. If my man had fucked somebody else and I said, don't do it anymore, and they go, don't worry, we're just going to the gym. I live in another state. I'd be, yeah, fucking right. Here are the divorce papers, pig.
Dude, I said that too. I go, that's a date. He goes, no, it's not. It's the gym.
Yeah, they're just wearing tight clothes and going to the sauna together. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I do have a problem with it for sure. I'm never meeting him. That's why I'm never.
No, I
meeting
think
him.
you should meet him because you should keep your enemies close.
Oh, Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now. Do you not want to meet him because you know that once you see them together, you'll really know?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because that's what I'm
Wait,
sneaky.
that's a
Maybe
good
I'm
question.
sneaky and manipulative. But if I was in your situation, I'd be like, invite Tony over for dinner. Watch how they interact.
What about?
Oh my God.
You'll know by the way they look at each other.
I will.
You'll feel it.
And I you know what?
Well, you're not
And
in
I'll
tune
go,
with yourself, but maybe.
Tony, leave. Get the fuck out, Tony.
Yeah, he like comes over with like Brussels sprouts. He's like, "Hey guys."
I just wham, just
Yeah.
slamming at his door. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. I will meet Tony.
Oh, thank God, drama for the
didn't-
podcast.
I didn't realize I could win by meeting Tony.
Yeah, the thing that's driving you crazy is the lack of information. There'll be information. Once
No,
you meet.
there's some information driving him crazy.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Yeah, that information that I do know really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to fuck up Chip's day or anything, but the once a week workout is crazy.
It is crazy.
What kind of workout are they doing? Squats?
All of it. And I actually
Is that what he said?
well, I asked.
They're working on their fucking prostates.
God, that was one thing. That he almost top Chip, and I was like, okay, now I really hate Tony.
Oh yeah, because it's something you can't do.
Well, I could.
No, you couldn't even get hard for that twink
He wasn't a twink. He was a full giant rugby player.
and the twink.
Are you calling
How many times have you topped in the last year?
none?
So it just
Oh wait,
lies.
maybe two,
Oh,
two or three.
None to 2 or 3. I think you'd remember.
Not random people.
Who?
Chip.
Oh, okay.
I've done it. I just prefer not to.
Can I just quickly say that I was talking to your staff earlier before this, and Brandon was like, "Dylan, do you like these pants?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they're nice." And then he pulls them all the way forward, and I go, and then of course Lewis is standing there as well in his little tight shorts, and I go, "Can you guys come here for a second?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "I am gay, and I need you to not do that."
Wait, what happened? He showed you his underwear?
Yeah, he was like, "Look," yeah, and I saw his underwear, and I go, "How would you feel if you were talking to a girl and she goes, 'Do you like this shirt?' And then you just saw her full bra, and he's like, 'Oh yeah, we forget.'" I go, "Yeah, don't make me the predator."
Don't make me the predator by showing off your bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they're my friends too, but I knew that you would say that they don't count because they work for me.
Yeah. Oh my God. But that reminds me of the Phoebe Bridgers line. You say, "All my friends are on my payroll." You're not wrong. You're an asshole. Oh, so good.
Wait,
Phoebe.
what does that mean that they can be my friends if they're not?
Your friends can be. I mean, are they your friends? No. Or maybe
Yes,
Brandon.
Brandon. I hang out with him most days. We
They
go
went
to
to
concerts.
Harry Potter?
We go to Harry Potter together.
I would say coworkers. I mean, to me, like coworkers.
No,
and
I'll
friends,
give you
they-
friends. He doesn't understand.
Okay.
I
He's
mean,
trying to
literally-
fuck him too much. You know, he's
My-
just
all I
sitting
have is
there.
Yeah, you're
friends.
just walking around,
Drooling
not
around.
letting anybody in, not trusting anybody, being like, "Is that a partner?"
Oh my God, it's the okay. I have to answer
Put him
this.
on the.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
He said he does straight voice. This is not straight voice.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I would fuck over this gay dude in a second. Yes, a fuel.
Okay, so it's
engager.
just the sensor. Ugh,
Oh, it's
it's
good.
just the sensor.
It's a good thing you took that. It's not like you could have left a message.
right.
Because it just makes me feel better knowing it's a sensor. And also, he told me that they were gonna get it done today, but the part didn't come in. They'll have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, have you ever noticed these mechanic shops? They never have the part. It's like how
Yeah.
many
Well, they have to
different...
order it.
Yeah, but how many? Why not just stock up? What do you have? A Ford Escape?
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna see another Ford Escape come in this week. I'm sure they have hundreds.
I wonder, like, how different is the fuel pump for a Ford Escape than like a Jetta? Very
Not-
different.
Not that different.
Yeah. So he said he was like the fuel pump. He goes, it's pumping fine. He goes, so I just want to put the sensor in and confirm. So I think it's just the sensor. They're like, we think it's just the sensor. Thank God.
Yeah, let's not talk about it anymore.
I know, but
It's
I'm so
boring.
I feel so relieved.
It's so boring.
So I want to talk about having friends on the payroll. You can have friends on your payroll.
Sure. You just can't ever trust them.
If you can't ever trust
No.
them.
You don't trust anybody.
I do.
Wonder,
I trust my friends.
I wonder if you trust us.
With
In
what?
fact, I
The
wonder.
payroll, for one.
Well, you guys aren't on my payroll.
We are. We have a business, and you're the
No,
only
we're-
one without the debit card.
I don't want the debit card because I don't trust myself with that.
So you don't trust anyone.
No, I trust myself.
Give me the phone.
I wonder.
By the way, it takes a
What does
lot
trust
to
mean
build
to you?
my trust.
What does trust
And then
mean?
once you're in.
Uh-huh.
I trust Kat Swatner.
Okay, no, wait. We asked about us though.
I trust you guys.
With what?
Here's my problem is that like, it's not that I don't trust people. It's just that like, I don't ask for help.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't trust anybody.
I agree.
Wait, but I don't know. What is trust?
Do you not ask for help because then you feel like you're indebted to that person, and you don't want to, even though you'd probably do something for them without receiving payment.
Yeah, of course.
So you don't, but that you can't wrap your head around the fact that they feel the same way.
Actually, you know that it's selfish that you don't give us the opportunity to show up for you.
It just feels like a
Do you
burden.
know that?
It just feels like a burden.
No, like it would actually be a gift to us to help you, but you don't let us do that, so it's pretty selfish.
What do you want me to say?
What do you want to fucking hug or something?
Well, listen, I just think
Do you think by the time of the 200th episode we'll be in a different situation?
but what do you guys want from me? Like, by the way, what do you want from me? Well, genuinely.
Genuinely, like, I truly feel if anything was going on in your life, you wouldn't tell us.
Yeah.
But we would be able to read very clearly something's going on with Dylan.
Yeah.
And then we would ask, hey, man, is everything okay?
And then
you'd
you
be
would
like,
yell at us, nobody gets me.
as if you even fucking care, Jimmy.
No, I don't do that. Like, I don't accuse people of not caring.
So you think we do care, but we just aren't. We don't have access to that.
You think we'd fuck it up somehow? Or do you think that you'd ask and we wouldn't show up? What do you think?
No, I think that if I'm being honest, I think that for majority of my life, I just kind of have to depend on myself.
Yeah.
And could not really depend on other people to be there for me in that way.
Right.
And so it's just kind of easier to be like, I got it.
For sure. I mean, it's odd. Similar. I had but people used to give me stuff, but I used to just like keep them at bay and not form any emotional attachment, and it would just be transactional. And I feel like
the help that I've been given in the past, especially growing up, has been like thrown back in my face.
yeah.
And so it's just like easier to be like, I don't need anything from anybody. I got it myself.
You do have it yourself, and we believe in you. And just because we're helping you doesn't mean that we don't believe in you. In fact, it means that we believe in you more.
Helping me with what?
I know. It's like, I guess, helping you with like finding the location for our web series.
That's great. And Shandy did message me back, and I was going to wait till we're not recording to talk about that.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I do stuff. But
Just as long as you're prodded and poked and pushed and thrown down the...
I know, I really do hate asking for things.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. We should work on that. Maybe, no, you should work on that and then let us help you if we can.
Yeah, I guess. Do you think that's why I'm not in a relationship?
Yep. In fact, it's the only reason you think it's your skin, but it's actually that huge
No,
wall that you
I
have
really
up.
think it could be my body as well. I really think there's a good chance it's also my body. I would say 99% of the time it's my body, and then maybe the other 1% is that me. I can't
think-
open
And
up.
I think it's completely flipped.
I really think that
it
if-
might
can I
be
say something?
1%, maybe 1%.
No, I guarantee.
What if you did what
I feel like I'd be so much more open if I had 0% body fat.
what if you did what girls do and you're like, you withhold anything physical until like they like you, and then it doesn't matter what
I don't
your
think I'm
body-
hot enough to withhold.
Yes, you are.
You
No, I
are.
think-
you're
no,
a
I-
catch.
No, I think that if I'm the kind of guy that's withholds, like, oh, he's not worth the trouble.
Who are
No.
you, fucking Fred Flintstone?
Yeah, that guy was. Who was that guy?
Yeah,
that was like a hokey. Hey, it's not worth the trouble.
The
Well, you
trouble.
think-
It wasn't worth the trouble.
I
I'm not even going down to the hotel lobby for that fuck.
I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel like. That like if I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna have sex, they'd be like, oh, I'll just fuck somebody else.
And they might,
Yeah,
but then you can know that about them.
that's true. I mean, I will say that Jared
Chip
Goldstein,
held out with me for like 3 times, and it fucking pissed me off. If you're gonna do that, just let them know ahead of time so that they don't spend an hour cleaning themselves out.
Also, Dylan, don't you say you can suck the skin off someone's dick? Like that sounds like a pretty good hook.
Yeah,
Wait,
I guess.
I've never
heard
him
said that,
said-
Jimmy. I've never said I sucked the skin off somebody's dick. I mean, is that what you hear when I talk?
Jesus Christ, the rewrite
That-
going on in your
I
brain
know,
is
that's crazy.
Suck the skin.
Oh, I
I've
sucked the
never even
skin off his
heard that.
cock. Just
Why
nerve
would
endings.
somebody want that?
That's nuts, Jimmy.
Fucking geez, suck the skin. Have you heard that before?
I'm sure I have.
I mean, what an insane thing to say to your friends. I'm a person. I'm not just this fucking machine.
Dylan, you can find love. You suck the skin off of somebody's dick. Well, that's what you say. You say that. He said you say that.
then isn't it
that's
sad that-
not
that-
crazier than anything you've said?
Yeah, I guess. But then don't you think a guy would be like,
Jesus, we're talking about love, and then you instantly are like, Dylan, you have stuff to offer.
Yeah.
You say you suck the skin off of people's dick. This say love. Jesus Christ. No, I think you have a lot to offer.
like what?
Like what? Hey, you've helped me grow so much, and I think that anybody who's listened to the podcast
you're
has seen my
wise.
growth.
You think so?
I think you're wise.
Yeah, I think you're very intelligent. Not with books or anything that like maybe you'd learn.
Well,
in
I read
school.
some books.
got
I read all the
street
Pretty Little
smarts,
Liars
kid.
books.
Yeah, I think that you know dynamics more than you know thermodynamics.
What are
dynamics with L. Ron Hubbard? Isn't that what it's called?
Dietetics.
Dianetics. Thank
Dianetics. You wanna know how I know that? Phoebe Bridgers lyrics.
you. Is she
I actually-
Scientologist.
No, she has a song called Punisher that is all about Elliott Smith and L.A. and Dianetics.
You listen to music in a way that I don't. You listen to it like it is poetry.
Yeah.
I'm listening to like riffs and like patterns.
Yeah.
And also Kika Gakumoyo broke up. We'll never see them again.
No one knows who that is.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like let's go over what do you think I have to offer in a relationship other than being wise?
Okay. You're like, well, that was definitely true. You're a deep
I
thinker.
need more compliments.
Oh wait,
please.
let me also you said wise. I'm like anything else, but
I think that you are very considerate, and sometimes that's overwhelming to you, so you just disengage instead of. But I do think that you are considerate.
started off as a compliment.
No.
That feels
No.
like
But that's the wall that's keeping you from engaging. I think that if you were less avoidant, then you would have the relationship you want. And because you're so compassionate and you're aware of people's needs.
But what if God has an idea for me to be incredibly famous before I meet the love of my life?
Then that's fine. But I don't personally don't believe in God, but I think.
And I do, but I do believe that once I have a perfect body and rich and famous, I think everything's gonna really work out for me.
I'm worried that you're gonna fucking self-implode, be like, holy fuck, I thought this was gonna make me happy, but
I hope that's what happens.
If Dylan gets the perfect body, he's gonna be like Jenny from Forrest Gump. He's just gonna be like sad
With
hotel
AIDS.
room.
I have AIDS.
No, I didn't mean the AIDS part. I meant the part where she was about to jump off the bridge.
Oh,
and she's
yeah.
like, what is life? If I'm at the peak, then what the fuck is the point of everything else?
But isn't that the most beautiful part about getting to the top?
The suicide?
No, the getting to the absolute top of your game and being like, and what did it even mean? I think that's the growth.
But if you already got to that point, then you don't have to go.
I don't know if
also
I can.
think
I
that
don't.
people that reach the top that fast never had to work for it that hard. I never like those people think that their hard work equals success, while most people go like, you can work hard your entire life, never get the opportunity until later when you actually do get like the right timing.
Like Susan
passes
from
up.
Desperate Housewives.
I don't. Yeah, sure.
Or Susan Boyle, the singer.
But she didn't really pan out.
For her. Ricky Gervais didn't hit it till 40.
Yeah. I would like to hit it now.
I could really use a more sooner than later.
Yeah.
But I am happy that it didn't happen at like 16.
I will also say this podcast is probably going to be our ticket up, which I really do believe that.
Well, it's fun. It's like a real, authentic podcast.
Because and it really is really exciting watching people like it grow, and then the fans talking to each other is very exciting.
That's something that I could have never conceived when we started a podcast. I wasn't like, and the community we're gonna build. Like to me, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Side note,
and I'm loving it. Also, I just want to say, you guys, our community is so much better than everybody else's community. We're so nice to each other. Everybody gets along. I go to Facebook or some other people's things. They're so mean to each other. And they put each other down.
The other communities total whack job.
Yeah.
We're the best. You guys are the best. We're the best.
Well, I've been making those Grey's Anatomy videos on TikTok, and they've been doing really well. And so then I was like, oh, I should start live streaming Grey's Anatomy and watching it with people who want to watch it with me. And then there was a bunch of Some of This Is Bad people on my TikTok live being like, love the newest episode, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. And then people were like, what? Some of This Is Bad. And I go, my podcast. I go, but if it's not about Grey's Anatomy, so you're not going to want to hear it. But there was a bunch of people in there. Patreon members too.
Yeah, I love going into the Discord. It's the first thing I check every single morning.
I love the Discord, and I love when you guys post pictures of your cock.
Yeah, the cock photos are crazy too because like people will like compliment one another.
Yeah.
Which is like, man, what was this when I was?
I feel like Laser would be so disappointed in his reactions to his cock.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that Laser's not a Patreon member because he'd be really disappointed. People are not happy with it. I have some her name is SJ, and she sends me photos of guys that send it to her.
Oh,
She sends me every dick photo that any guy sends, and
well, that's illegal,
love it.
but
is it illegal?
it's definitely. I think that's called like revenge porn.
No, if she posts it online, but if she sends it to her friends, which I consider SJ a close friend.
Well, yeah,
I think it's on the line.
Listen, here's the only thing is
We're
like
not
if we're gonna use
lawyers.
the double standards of like if guys were showing pictures of girls to other guys, I'm not okay with that. So I feel like I do have to be like not okay with this as well.
I'm okay with it.
I also think
I
dudes
also-
have a different understanding of it than a lot of girls. I feel like dudes expect if I send this, my dick pic could very well leak, and girls are more private about it.
If I was a
think-
girl, I would totally want the guy I'm sending it to show it to all of his buddies.
You would.
Yeah,
God. I
What
don't
kind
think I would
of
want that.
girl would you be?
a whore.
When would you start whoring if you were a girl?
Oh, 14.
14?
Yeah, I'd
With
probably.
other 14-year-olds, or would you go older?
I think if I was a 14-year-old girl, if I started then, I would probably start dating like a guy in my same grade for a couple of months, and then eventually, obviously, like freshman year, the senior boy notices me, and then I'm kind of with him, and then he destroys my life. I'm just talking about like things that happen to my friends, and then in college, I would like bang guys and their friends, and then now I'm.
Oh my God, that's so fucking trashy.
Yeah, I'm trashy.
Oh my God,
Wait, you
I
would
would
bang
not do
boyfriends' friends?
that. If I was in college,
Like with their friends.
when if I was a girl
Yeah,
in
that's not a good
college,
look.
I'd be like,
There's a sexual-
these boys are so fucking immature. I'm dating this fucking 30-year-old who has like fucking
Oh, you.
takes me out to fucking.
I'd
Europe.
fuck my TA.
Yes, you know what the problem
even go to
is? No,
college.
this is the problem.
Didn't even go to college.
If I was a girl, I would have gone to college.
Okay,
For what?
I see
What would you
that.
study?
English.
I agree.
God, yeah, what a great.
But
degree.
here's the difference: is like I think if Colton was a girl, he would have dropped out of college because he would have like married a billionaire.
If Colton was a straight woman, he also would be Republican.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
but
only reason
we
Colton's not
already talked to
Republican
my
is because
sister.
he's gay.
No,
We already
if
talked to my
Colton was a
sister.
straight woman, he would be like the same attitude as some of those like Russian hot girls that come over and just
my
marry
God.
billionaires.
I fucking love those girls.
Where they're just like they're very kind of like put together, but they're on Xanax. and they're-
Melania.
Yeah, Melania. Colton
Oh
would be
my
like
God.
Melania.
You know what I would be like? I'd be like kind of gothic, like not fully
You would be-
gothic,
wait,
a
wait,
little
Maybe
gothic.
Avril
But
Lavigne.
I was like, yeah, but then I would like fuck really preppy guys, being like, yeah, they all want it.
Dylan, no, you would want to. You'd be the girl that works at Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, that's not an insult to me. That's not an
No,
insult
I'm not
to me
saying
at
it's
all.
an insult.
That's not
but
an insult
it's
at all.
not, I'm not saying it's an insult, but I'm saying Colton would be like, you'd be like, Colton, what are you doing this weekend? And he's like, I'm going to the Amalfi Coast. And you'd be like, can I come? And he'd be like, no, the jet's full.
Yeah, but I would have a lot of money from working at Coyote Ugly.
you
Well,
wouldn't have that much
it
money.
And do you know who
Relative.
wrote the original Coyote Ugly? And do you know who it's actually based on? Say it with me. 1, 2, 3.
Phoebe
Elizabeth
Bridgers.
Gilbert,
Oh.
who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. The movie was inspired by her article about her time working at a bar that was like Coyote Ugly, owned by the same owners. Very cool. And also, side note, when I was hosting, I asked a girl recently, I asked her,
You'd
"What
wear jean skirts.
with no underwear. And I asked an audience member, I go, what do you do for work? She goes, I'm an author. And then I said, of what? And she told me her name, looked her up, had listened to her podcast. And Elizabeth Gilbert is a mentor of hers. And I go, I'm on the right path.
Cool.
You don't care about anything that I have to say.
No, your hands would be greasy.
Of what?
I don't know.
You'd
I
have
just
car
bet-
sex a lot.
Yeah, you kind of always be sweating a little bit on the sides. With your
Yeah, but my
caked up
boyfriend's
makeup.
parents would never approve of me.
what?
Rightfully so, though. A little bit.
I know. Sometimes I think
You'd
that
be the one that gets that boyfriend hooked on cigarettes.
But don't you think that'd be so cool to have a boyfriend?
But wait, sometimes don't you almost think that like sometimes I think because of this podcast, like it's game's shut. No one's gonna date me now.
No, that's
you
not
had
true
a
at
billion
all.
other reasons why you're not dateable. So like obviously you were gonna find another one.
Yeah, but I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
you guys are lucky you're already in relationships.
Also not valid.
Yeah, that's not valid.
Yeah, what if a guy's parents see it? He goes, I don't want my parents to see this.
Why? I don't think I asked Chip's parents at all. Well, one of them.
Luckily, you guys started dating afterward. That's why I need a guy with dead parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you find a guy with dead
He's gonna
parents?
fuck Batman.
The
or some
cemetery.
shit.
I'm perusing the cemetery, just like, hey,
Hey, who died? Was it your? Oh,
it was
an
your
ex-wife?
aunt? Yeah, well, whatever. I gotta go. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are really working out. But
100th episode. I guess.
100th episode. Where did you think we'd be? Famous? You thought fame?
I really thought it wasn't gonna take 100 episodes. I also was thinking 100 episodes. I thought would have been less than a year, but I guess it's makes sense.
100 episodes is.
I know how many weeks are in a year.
But here's the thing. So I've been on the internet a lot over the past couple weeks, and there are podcasts that have grown much faster than ours. And I'll watch it. I'm like, why are people so interested in this? And I'm like, oh, this is just like a right now thing. There's no staying power. Like a lot of those podcasts that I see blowing up right now are like the women are whores and you have to be an alpha guy. I'm like, this started like 6 months ago and has 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's crazy.
It's rage bait.
That's what it is. It's just no one watches for more than a week and they all just fucking leave.
I don't know trends or podcasts.
But I'm saying
or
what's good
things.
is like, I like more back to the community. I feel like we're
Well, I was telling this to
Making an authentic
somebody because they were talking about how much they like our podcast and how it is just about us, and I was like, well, Dylan and I's like knowledge base doesn't touch at all. There's no Venn diagram. It's like gay is the only thing we have in common at all.
Is that true?
Comedy, but what does
But
that
even
mean?
then, we have like very different ideas and philosophies on comedy.
Yeah, like when I write a sketch, he's like, what the fuck did you write? When he writes a sketch, I'm like, all right, let's spice it up a little bit.
yeah.
Different philosophies. What's your philosophy on comedy?
Well, I just think that we do stand up differently.
Completely, yeah.
I guess what my question for you too is, what do you think is like the goal for the next 100 episodes? Where do you want the podcast to go? Where do you see the podcast going
I mean, I'll say
in terms of what we're doing? And
I want it.
I
I want one goal would be we do a tour that is a travel like documentary as we do it, but it's not like going on the Travel Channel. It's like not food, but probably like vintage clothes shops or something.
I want to be.
What about traveling across the bathhouses of America or the world?
I don't even think that. I genuinely think that if we can,
love that you went or international.
Yeah,
but like if we could go and
I was
to
thinking the
city to
bathhouses
city and
outside of the U.S. are probably better, right?
probably, but I'm not gonna go to a bathhouse. But I think I'm just down. I'm just down for it to be like literally us going from city to city doing our live show. To sold out rooms.
Yeah,
that's it.
But we're just chopping it up like always, or
yeah, we do our live show.
No, for the podcast I'm talking about.
Well, I mean that is part of the podcast, but I mean I don't know.
Yeah, I see the Travel Channel, but it's only on the Patreon. Sorry, guys.
But also, I do want to say that like it's crazy. We're like, oh, we're at 100 episodes, and but like I don't think what people realize is like we've also had very famous guests.
Yeah,
we've had some of my favorite comedians of all time have been on our podcast. I mean, it's a huge
everybody
accomplishment.
on our dream list that we started with has been on the podcast.
100%. Like and I know that it's like, oh, LOL is if I had told myself a couple of years ago, like Lisa Traeger is literally going to be on your podcast within the first year and a half of you having a podcast, I would have been like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then you are staring at somebody and you're like, I don't even know what to do right now.
Yep. Who do you want to see? Who's on your new dream list?
Yeah, I always want Bonnie McFarlane on the podcast.
Nikki Glaser.
Oh my God. I would love to. If we got Nikki Glaser on this podcast, I would freak the fuck out.
Joel Kim Booster.
I like that's very.
Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon, who has agreed to do the podcast next time he's in town.
Same with Joel.
Yeah.
Matt Rogers is coming.
I know people were asking me that last night when I was on live.
What are they saying?
Is it fun going on live?
It was so much fun. I watched like the first. There was only like
How do you do it? Do you show the TV and yourself?
So that you could use the dual camera, so it's like on me and then the other one's like one around me, so it's just like my laptop playing Grey's Anatomy and then me watching it, and then people ask me questions about Grey's Anatomy or the podcast and just answering them, having fun, and yeah.
Do they give you money or whales or presents?
They give you the kind of stuff. Like I didn't make a lot of money last night. I think I made like a couple of dollars. But like but I watched the first 2 episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and I'm just like, I haven't even watched an episode of Grey's Anatomy in years. I've been doing all these videos.
Did you start with season 1, episode 1?
Yeah. And people were like, season 1, episode 1, are you? And there were people who watched both fucking episodes with me and just like, we just talked the whole time. And I have people like messaging me right now being like, I'll watch with you, blah, blah, blah. It's I'm having so much fun doing it.
Oh, that's great.
I have a whole setup in my room.
Maybe we'll do that with Queer as Folk on our Instagram.
Well, we are doing that, but I will say that I think that
Can we go live when we do it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know how to do things. You said maybe.
Well, because I might get like kicked off TikTok live for doing it, but I'm not sure yet because technically the dual camera, you're not allowed to like stream TV shows on it. But with the dual camera, it's the whole thing is like it's you and what's around you. So the way I was kind of getting around it was like, well, it's me, and then like the TV is on. So like they can't say like I'm streaming something. You know what
If
I
you're
mean?
a lawyer, please let us know.
Yeah,
or just if you know about TikTok.
That'd be great.
Or Instagram. We don't really know. He knows. I don't know anything about any of this. I'm like, Jimmy, can we do it? Can we do it? I'm like Trump with the bleach. Maybe we'll bleach. We'll do that. We'll throw some bleach at the COVID. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah. No, I think going live and streaming is super, super interesting, and it's clearly becoming a more popular thing.
Oh, that's where people make money.
kids-
That's where people make money on TikTok is they're going live. I mean, like Jeffree Star makes $50,000 a day on live.
A day?
Yes.
Yeah. What does he do?
Gwen, the reason she's on live all day long because that's how she makes all of her money. People just talk to you and they just send you fucking those gifts.
Huh. Well, we don't do that. We just want you guys to support our Patreon, which is $5 a month.
I go on live. You can find me on live.
Are you guys big Christmas people? I feel like you had the tradition, but then you guys' family broke apart. You guys big
my
Christmas
friends are my
people?
family, but
You guys big Christmas people?
in like what way?
I feel like you know if you're a Christmas person.
I mean, I love
You get a
Christmas
tree, you
movies.
get a fucking.
You get a tree.
I don't get a tree.
You don't get a tree.
I
No, we
don't.
get a
I'm not
re-
a Christmas person.
We get a real tree. Oh my God,
I don't
my
even do presents.
Wait, can I tell you something? One time, my friend Nessa,
Are we
this
doing
happened. Her
presents?
mom always no. Let's not do presents. No one has money for that unless you guys sign up for the Patreon. And we should probably move over to the Patreon.
Have we done an hour?
I think so.
Wait, I want to just ask you about Christmas real quick.
Oh yeah, let me quickly say, my friend Nissa, she had always had fake trees her entire life, and so then they were like, "Oh, she got a real tree for the first time in her life a couple of years ago."
And it caught on fire and she burned her fucking house down.
Allergic reaction, her entire face blew up, and they had no idea what it was, and it was the pine
I
needles.
thought you guys lived in the woods.
Yeah, but when you have pine needles in your house, the debris and all that
I
stuff.
feel like she would have known that.
No, she always had a fake tree.
I thought you guys lived in the woods. You guys didn't live in the pine woods?
Yeah, but you're not like on top of a tree when there's a tree in your house.
My woods was only pine.
Okay, but
Your woods is like maple. What kind of
but it's
trees are
different
you
when you're
around?
like around the tree constantly. It is mostly maple. There are also pine trees, but it's mostly maple.
Yeah, so that's maybe why. It's not the house thing. You have a dog.
It is the house thing. Yes, I
It's
have a
not
dog.
the house thing. I feel like if you're allergic to cedar, I don't need to bring a cedar fucking tree in my house.
But you're not
to
gonna
know
walk
that.
by a cedar tree and
Yes,
be like,
I
"Oh my god,
would.
my face blew up." That's not how that works.
This is exactly how that works. People in Austin always do that.
Oh,
People
cedar
start
fe-
sneezing and they go, "Fuck
Oh,
the
cedar
cedar."
fever, cedar fever, cedar fever.
Okay, now you're.
What are we
remembering.
at?
We're
I
at an
just
hour.
wanted. Didn't even get. To
We
talk
have to
about
move over to the
Christmas.
Patreon.
We can move over to the Patreon as soon as you tell me about your fucking Christmas tradition.
I watch The Family Stone every single year, and I watch Holiday in Handcuffs. Are you happy?
Sure.
That's the one with Melissa Joan Hart.
That's-
Best Christmas movie ever made.
And do you have any other holiday traditions?
Me and my family used to like do Christmas in the morning, and then we would like get Chinese food and go to the movies at night. Like my mom would go, we get Chinese food at night and go to the movies like Jews.
Yeah, my family has definitely said the Jew thing.
Yeah.
Everyone does. I don't even think it's offensive. Is it an offensive thing? I mean,
I don't know, but I almost signed up for J-Date this morning.
that's so funny.
You have a husband.
You do have a husband, and you're not Jewish, but okay.
And you're not monogamous. You're monogamous at the moment.
I am Jewish. I could not be not monogamous. I can have a boyfriend.
I can't imagine there's a lot of
I
poly
just
people on
can't-
J-Date.
I just can't imagine me shoving this topic and being like, let's talk about the holidays. And then Dylan is like, whatever, fucking told you the thing. Not a single question my
We
direction.
need to move to the Patreon.
You're a fucking
What do you
piece
wanna
of
talk
shit.
about the holidays?
You're like my dad.
You're like my dad.
Can we call your dad
And ask him what?
about his holiday traditions?
No, why did,
Yeah, let's call-
what are you trying to do? Are you?
Yeah, we eat shark for
Can you send me my
Christmas
phone?
Eve. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask you guys what you make for Christmas Eve.
Let's see.
We do sauerkraut soup and shark.
Yeah.
I'll call my dad and we'll ask him that, and then we'll end the Patreon. We'll go into the Patreon.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll just blow over the shark thing.
No one cares about the shark thing.
What's
I saw Gladiator 2 yesterday.
Did your
it
dad-
was the worst fucking movie.
Wait,
Paul
did,
Mescal did an incredible job.
did your dad ever buy you gay Christmas gifts?
Hi, Dad. You're on the podcast. How are you?
Good, how are you, buddy?
Good. Colton was wondering what our Christmas traditions were as a family.
Boy, that's a tough one.
Yeah. What do we normally do
Right now or before?
before?
We used to go to the grandparents.
Oh yeah, we go to my
Go to your
grandparents. Yeah. How would you describe our Christmases?
I thought it was fantastic. Nobody was ever happy, but that just runs in the genes.
What was your
You know-
favorite present that you bought one of your kids that you were excited to see them open it?
Jeez, I can't recall. I remember I got
He's
Dylan
always
a
drunk.
Patriots coat, but he wasn't too happy with that thing. I could tell.
Yeah, I remember the Patriots code as well
Wait, why
Yeah.
did you get him a Patriots cult?
because he didn't want me to be gay.
I thought they would turn him.
What do you think?
Mom always says like, remember we had to give you your American Girl doll the next day because your dad didn't want you to have it.
Well, the doll thing really threw me off, but I overcame that.
Yeah, you did. You're a good dad.
How did you overcome it?
I forgot, Jerry. I forgot about that. And I remember I felt so bad. I'm like, you know what? Just let them have the doll.
That's so nice, Dad.
Do you think is that the
Sorry about
gayest
your-
present you think he ever got?
I actually remember, Dad, when my favorite present you guys ever got me was when I was a little kid, but we were still in the Fairview Street house, and you got us one of those robots that were supposed to be able to get soda out of the fridge. You remember that?
I actually have no clue about that one.
Yeah, it's okay.
You sure it was me?
Yeah, we were in the Fairview Street house. You and Mom were still together.
I think there was a couple of us around, wasn't there?
There was what? Dad. Would you say that the holidays got better or after the divorce?
My holidays?
The holidays. Do you miss the holidays where we were a family?
No, not really.
Why not?
I'm just kidding, Dylan.
I know. We're just having fun.
Yeah. No, our holidays were fine. I don't like really.
What's your favorite
holidays
holiday?
anyways.
Well, I'll say this. Colton asked what your favorite
Oh,
holiday
yeah.
is, but you know who I always thought the holidays made. Who made the holidays fun was Courtney.
Oh yeah. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, for you, I guess. I don't know.
Well, not for you.
I don't like the holidays.
Why?
I think everybody goes out and they watch these stupid shows and they want you to go getting credit card debt. You got to make sure you want a fucking gift, and I think it's stupid.
Good
I
for
think
you.
it's stupid too. I don't do presents either. I don't even get a tree. Do you have a
You know
different?
what? Take care of the kids, and that's good enough.
That's true. Wait, do you remember when you were driving to Nana and Papa's house and Taylor had a different truck on, so we started tailgating you, and then you jumped out of the
I do.
car. Yeah,
We're
and,
going to Man Jens.
and you were going to Matt and Jen's, and you were going to beat the shit out of Taylor, but then you realized it was Taylor.
That's true. Yes, I jumped out and I thought somebody was tailgating me, and I got to the window and he was sitting there laughing. You asshole! And I said, "Well, I'll see you at Jen and Matt's." Yeah, that was. I thought for sure I was so mad. Yeah.
That was about 3 years ago.
Oh yeah. I just. I'm getting better at my age though. I'm slowing down.
Which one of your kids pissed the bed the most? I heard Taylor piss the bed twice in boot camp. I don't know if you remember that.
You know what? I'm going to have to say Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor peed the bed all the time. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it was Taylor. Yeah, Dylan. I don't think Dylan ever really did. I think it was Taylor all the
I was
time.
busy sucking cock.
Well, Jesus, I didn't know what back then you were.
You know, my favorite thing my dad ever said to me was one time I told him I had a crush on his friend, and he was like, "Dylan, I wish you had told me. I would have talked to Johnny for you."
Yeah, that's great. Your uncle Mark does too.
Oh, does he? How is Johnny?
How's what?
No, I don't know.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh, he's good. He just had a grandbaby, or Jake did.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking about Johnny Perez, but yeah. So Jake's baby's
Hey,
cute.
Freaking idiot. I think I don't know if he's dead yet or not, but he's. I said he was in a halfway house, but I think he's doing good. I don't know. He comes and goes.
Love it. Jake's baby's really cute, huh?
Jake's babies.
Jake's baby is pretty cute, huh?
Yeah, blonde hair too, full blonde.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have any guesses why Dylan's still single?
Did you know why am I still single?
I think he sets his bar too high.
That's nice, Dad.
Yeah, some of his
you
bars
know-
are high,
yeah.
some of his bars are really low.
Well, I got a feel he's been a few low times there, and I don't really want to talk about that.
No, for
No,
sure.
just-
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dad, I just want to say I love you so much, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'll call you in a couple of days.
Yeah, I hope so.
What are you
Love
doing
too.
for Thanksgiving?
We're going to go Nan and Papa's.
Oh yeah. I gotta
Kids are
call
supposed to
them.
come out. Gio's got walking pneumonia now. Yes, they're not coming.
She has pneumonia?
So,
Okay, I'll call
just
them.
all- Yeah. But,
All right, bye, Dad.
All right, bye,
deer
Dad. Love
hunt,
you.
That's all I care about.
That's it.
Go deer hunt. You want to go?
No.
No, you'll kill some deer.
No, it's the
Teach you how to
worst.
I'll go.
I'll bring you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Colton.
I'll
Dylan's
go.
dad.
I complain a lot.
That's what I'm used to. There's a lot of whiners around here too.
All right, Dad. I love you.
I'm by myself. Love you too.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Funny, my dad said that I wrote a poem about my dad last night at 2 a.m.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it a nice poem?
Mm.
Okay.
I think my dad loves the holidays.
Do you want to hear the
But
first
he
line?
is the worst fucking gift giver I've ever seen in
Wait,
my
I want to
entire
hear
life.
the first line of the poem.
Well, this part. Okay. Now I'm embarrassed because it's embarrassing.
No, then read the whole thing.
No, I can't read the whole thing. It's so embarrassing.
Do you want me to read it?
No. I don't even want anybody to see
Can
it.
you sing it?
No.
Okay.
Wait, pretend.
But
that
it's
you're
funny he said that because I always say the first line is I could have been a deer in a past life. My father was a hunter in that one too, and then it starts to rhyme. The first two didn't rhyme. The rest of it rhymes. So it's just funny that my dad said that.
In that line, do you think he shot you?
In this, he does.
Yeah. He really hurt you, huh?
But no, it's fine. We have to move to the Patreon.
And we will. I just have to tell you, my dad gave my sister 1 year shampoo for Christmas. And she goes, "What the fuck?" He goes, "What? You don't use shampoo?"
And on that note, we're moving to the Patreon.
I hate you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
To drag out horse.
No,